All right, Shalom, all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there that's striving for salvation during these electrifying and exciting times in sincerity. And the few sisters that's sincere that's tuning in, I say Shalom to you as well. And to the Israelite foreigners out there that's scattered across the four corners of the earth that may not take on the appearance of what an Israelite may appear to look like one of the 12 tribes. They may look like the people that they're scattered amongst, but their seed line goes back to one of the 12 tribes. They understand and they're sincere about this truth. I say Shalom to you as well. So I wanted to do a quick lesson because I was in the, we've been waiting for this to happen. We've been knowing this is going to be happening for a minute now, that the trucks are not really replenishing food. So when you go in the grocery stores, you see, sometimes like where there would be some vegetables there, they might put a picture of the vegetables there, but the actual vegetables aren't there, the fruits and stuff. They may have a picture of items that belong there that's not there because they haven't restocked and replenished the food once it's been bought. The trucks aren't bringing the food in, the supplies and the products in the stores. And you go throughout a grocery store and you'll see a whole like gaps of stuff missing that is, they haven't brought more replacements for it. And then you also seeing the hiking of the prices for things that you're purchasing. You could buy something that might have cost $1 or something. Now it's like $3 and something. You see the price increases, and we in that time. So I want to do a quick video on how bad it's, the scriptures prophesy that it's going to get. So this is Isaiah 13 and 14. We've done plenty of videos on this topic. We've been out on the street teaching, but now it's time to bring, keep pushing out videos about this because it's actually happening before everybody's eyes. So it's Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Why? Because people are going to be hungry. People are going to be starving. So people are going to mount up and roll out to go get what they need and what their family need. And they're going to take it by force, any means necessary. Kill, destroy whatever in their way or whoever has what they need. It's going to be lawlessness, complete or out of chaos. This anarchy is going to be going on. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes, and against them which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it, because money is going to get to the point where the dollar is gonna plummet, because they're trying to push this new currency, this digital dollar, this cashless society. They want the one world government. They want the new world order to pop off. So the money won't be, no use. Plus, you're gonna have foreign troopers over here that's gonna invade. It's gonna be out there, when they start blocking off cities and streets so you can't travel from one land to the next. They're not gonna care about who's rich and who can pay them. They're not gonna care. Their job is to put heads to the earth. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. So pregnant women ain't gonna matter to them. They're gonna lay them down too. It says their eyes shall not spare children. So it's gonna be that brutal out here. that this is going to be going on, and people are going to be, you have these doomsday preppers, people that's stocking away, and they got months and months worth of food and supplies and drinks. People know there's people out there doing that, so they're going to be going trying to find the jackpot. Whose house is the jackpot? Who has, you know, cases and cases of water? Who has stored up food? They're going to be on the hunt for it. This is Zechariah 14 from the top. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoils shall be divided in the midst of thee. So somebody's spoils to be divided in the midst of them. That means somebody came into their house and took over their house. Home invasions. Now, just recently, Clarence Avant's wife, I forget what her name is, but he's a legendary musician in Beverly Hills. She just got shot killed during a home invasion. So what do you think those people was going in this house looking for? Any type of merchandise, any type of food, any type of anything of a value that they could sell so they can get money and buy things they need. Probably food, because a lot of people are going without. The homelessness is going on. It can't be ignored. There's so much homelessness going on everywhere and all around you. You see homeless people walking up and down the streets, people posting up, sleeping, and just having their, baskets and stuff with all their belongings in it and stuff. It's just all over the place. You can't avoid it. You see it everywhere. So somebody could break into somebody's house and they're dividing their spoil, mean they took them down. Right in front of them, they're dividing up their goods. Verse 2, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled. Now, the word rifled, it means somebody stifling through somebody's cupboards, somebody's cabinets, somebody's closets, somebody's drawers and dressers. So people may wake up because they hear, the old saying, you hear something go bump in the night. The wife wakes up the husband like, I heard something go bump, and he gets up with the shotgun and go survey the house and see where the noise is coming from. And as he coming down the stairs, he hears somebody going through his stuff, pulling out the drawers, trying to see what they can get, all in the cabinets and all in the cupboard. And that's just downstairs. They ain't made their way up to the bedroom. That's what's gonna be happening. The houses are gonna be rifled, and the women ravished. That means the man got taken down, and they're raping the women. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. So you're gonna have, half the city people are gonna be taken into captivity in the concentration camps and FEMA camps and set up to come looking for help and assistance, and they're going to be taken, Then you're going to have people eating people. Cannibalism is prophesied in the scriptures. That's going to come. That comes right after you have a major extreme famine. The second Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to have people from different communities going at each other, because they going to have, wars going on, because people are going to be lacking and people are going to have more than what they need, or going to have extras. So people are going to come after those people. So they're going to either protect their stuff and fight back, or they're going to be taken down like the previous scripture said, and their stuff the goods will be divided in the midst of them. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." I mean, they're not going to be listening to the governor. They're not going to listen to their mayors. They're not going to listen to the chief of police. They're not going to listen to law enforcement. None of that. And it's going to come a time where law enforcement is not going to be law enforcement anymore. They're going to throw their badges down and they're going to go home to protect their own families and stuff. So there ain't going to be no law enforcement. Ain't going to be no order. They're already talking about, they've already been saying to defund the police department and hire private security personnel to patrol neighborhoods and communities to try to, so the people could be safe. But it's not gonna get to the point where it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be people gonna be locked and loaded, and they're gonna be in front of they're gonna be sitting on their own, on their porch or right by the door, making sure nobody come through there. People gonna have to police their own property and police their own house, protect their families, because it's gonna be wild out here. And it says that the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning how much power and might and ability that the Most High give that person. That's what they gonna maximize with the taking of another person's products, goods, and food and anything that they can use as an asset. It's gonna be taken. And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, but because they're gonna have roadblocks. They're gonna have to put up those big white cement bricks that used to stand about 4 feet tall that you can't drive through, or they may have barricades. They may have, because they're gonna militarize the police. They're gonna have Humvees, and you're gonna see tanks. You're gonna have National Guards. You're gonna have men heavily armed blocking off roads, entrances from one city to the next. Hell, you might not be able to go to another block, a couple blocks over, a couple streets over to visit, to see a loved one that's in your own neighborhood. They may be patrolling and not allowing that. These are the times that we're coming into. People's normal abilities and liberties will be stripped and taken from them. Well, they won't be able to do things that they have general access to do right now. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Why will they be afraid? Because a lot of people depend on the government. The scriptures talk about, they trust in Egypt. They depend on the government for everything, primarily their survival. Their general, normal things that's provided by the government won't be available for these people. So they're just survival. Just the fact that a man, the reason why you don't have people getting their houses robbed and taken is because you have a police force out there now. You have, city police. You have county police. You have state troopers. You have the backing of the government to protect those who are not able to protect themselves. That's the only reason why you don't have crazy crime out there. And it's funny how they invented that movie and a TV series called Purge, to where people can not commit any crime. They get persecuted to the highest level of persecution if they commit any type of crime, levels 1 through 5 crime with weapons and stuff like that. If you do any type of that, you violate any of those types of laws and crimes during any day outside of the purge, then you be heavily persecuted to the max, which means they would keep a person in jail until the next purge and kill them, because it's illegal to kill on that day. It's crazy how they come out with a movie like that. Then they got the TV series that displays that same thing, that the Purge TV show. And it's crazy because it's gonna be a purge But it's gonna be, once it start, it'll be purging going on for the whole time period until the Lord comes back. It's gonna be craziness out there. Every day is gonna be a purge, and people aren't gonna just purge so they can get out, their anger and stuff. People are gonna be purging as a survival tactic, as a way to keep themselves going from day to day. So they're gonna be destroying people. People are gonna be destroyed, and that's why men shall be afraid, because they're gonna be in jeopardy of being purged from day to day, actually from moment to moment. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because the lack of bread and the great tribulation. So they're gonna be so much. It's because people quickly become a product of their environment. So majority of people live a peaceful life because that's what goes on mostly around them, is, you know, level heads, calm people. People get a little bit of anger come out or whatever, but for the most part, mostly around you, people are civilized. But when when a person starts getting hungry and their stomach is touching their back, and they get these cravings for, because they haven't eaten, and they begin to, you know, change. They begin to become, they basically take on animalistic characteristics by nature, because they're put in that position, and they will become a product of their environment. So when you have nothing but tribulation going on around, people murdering and killing, people raping, then that mindset becomes everybody's focal point. Their mindset will change to that. Only people with strong strong mindsets can control that, and those are to be the people that will quite essentially not give in to the animalistic nature that comes upon them. And then also you can have men of the Lord that the scriptures tell you that they will be, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of their time and strength of salvation. They'll be able to be in control of themselves spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. The 2 Ezra 5 and 15. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt and instructions and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebuke. I, the Lord, have spoken it. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be in their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. So I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall berave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. And we see in the beginning stages of that. See, people aren't too alarmed because they go into their grocery stores and they see majority of the stuff that's normally in a grocery store is there. So they don't pay attention to the small sections throughout the grocery store that are not there, that are not being refilled, because it's not the majority. Majority of the things are there. But we in the know, it's in the knowledge, we pay attention to stuff like that. Wait a minute, hold on. Scriptures say this. We've been reading articles. Now we look up and we see, okay, they haven't restocked this. They haven't restocked that. And in each week that goes by, more and more things are not being restocked. And then more and more price increases on items that normally are what you would consider pretty cheap or affordable. Now it's becoming okay. Now these prices are increasing, so now you will buy, say, a bag full of stuff might be costing you damn near double what it used to cost you because those little price increases add up. So if you're paying, it will double because I bought something today. I bought a couple packets that I usually get when I make some, food that I enjoy making. It it's normally about a buck and a half at best, but $1.50, $1.60. It was $3 and change, so that's double the price. So if a lot of the items are adding, you know, two, three, four, $5 more on the items. Like I bought some ground turkey. The ground turkey for a 3 pound pack normally runs about $9, 9 and some change, under 10. It was $13 before taxes. It's almost, getting out of there with $14 and something after taxes. You looking at that's a good $4 to $5 price increase, which would be about half because I was paying around 9 something, close to 10 before. So yeah, and then the smaller packets, the 1 pound packets were like $6, $6.99. They normally go for about 4 something. So look at the increase in these prices. When you get done tallying up everything you buying, you're paying them pretty much double what you would normally pay for that amount of groceries. So people are feeling the pinch, the squeeze. It's gonna come a point where people ain't even gonna walk into a grocery store. So they're not gonna have any money. They're not gonna be able to afford anything out of there before they shut the grocery store down. People are gonna be going into people's houses. People spying people out. People sitting outside people's neighborhoods, watching people, seeing what time they come and go. It's about to be real dangerous in the field. So with that, I'm gonna bring this lesson to a close. Hopefully it was edifying to whom was able to tune in. I say all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.